Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This, of course, is another anime reaction video. Today, we are getting into the Noragami, one of the Noragami OVAs, but of course, because we can't have anything normal, ever, we're starting with the second OVA. It's a weird situation. It makes more sense for me because I'm watching this after both seasons and all of the OVAs came out. But it must have been like confusing for like an anime only at the time, because apparently this second episode is a bit of a spoiler for the first arc in the second season. So if you just watched the first season, because the OVAs are released after the first season but before the second season, so if you watched these you might have been spoiled a little bit for the second season, but thankfully, and that's why the first 6 episodes are watched before you watch the OVAs that were supposed to be for the first season, but also you watch the second OVA before the first one. I don't I don't get that. But other way, it's really gonna be something else to get back into Noragami. I don't know. Is this gonna be like a good transition from what was happening in the first 6 episodes of Noragami Aragoto into the rest of the season, or is this gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be in here. But all I know is that I'm really excited to get into this. So, without further ado, as always, unless you're new here, there are links down in the description below which will take you to the full-length uncut reaction on either BitChute or Pixel Drain. So follow one of those links, watch the reaction, then you can come back to YouTube for the discussion. So let's get started with Noragami OVA 2. Alright, shit. No! I already watched it. Why am I keep instinctively wanting to move this out of the way, but I'm literally not even done recording this, so I don't know why I was. God, I'm having a hard time deciding which video player I want to stick with, because VLC has its Pop Player and VLC have their own issues, but I think overall Pop Player is better. But that's not important. What is important is that this was a really fun episode. I'm sure there were always people who were gonna ship Bishamon and Yato. You know, they have that dynamic of enemies to lovers, the potential that, you know what I mean, and I think that's it's not impossible. All I'm saying is it feels like there were the writers of this series spent a little bit more time teasing a ship between you know, Yato and Hiyori more so. But this episode was kind of like, all right, now that they're done literally trying to kill each other all the time, now we're gonna start giving you know, the fandom a bit of ammo, and, you know, so to speak, for the shipping wars or whatever. I'll have to be told in the comments, but was that a thing? I know there have been best girl wars and like shipping wars for certain series, but I don't think I've ever heard one of Noragami. Maybe it's because I didn't watch Noragami at the time, but like, even in shows I don't watch, I've at least kind of heard that there were shipping wars, at least because I was like, I have no interest in watching them or whatever, so I'm just like watching other videos talking about them. But I'll have to. I'm kind of curious to see how much of like a thing that was in the community that watched Noragami. You know, I don't know what possessed Yato to do that. I think it was because he knew it would embarrass her. He was like, because she was revealing, she was finally like coming to terms with it, that it wasn't his fault, and that her hate for him all these years has basically been completely like, well, not completely, but mostly unfounded. It was mostly her trying to escape from her problems, and I guess to lighten the mood, Yato's like, all right, I'm gonna lighten the mood while also doing something stupid to take everyone's mind off of it. Well, and he's incredibly drunk, so what's the idea that comes to his head? Oh, I know. And not fully kissing her. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Yato has never actually kissed anyone before. He's also probably a virgin. I don't know. Could be wrong. He maybe fucked a lot when he was the god of calamity or whatever. But and he's like, all right, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not actually legitimately gonna give my first kiss to anybody. Not yet, anyway. So I'm gonna put my hand over. So it gets the message across without actually going through with it. You know what I mean? But either way, I don't know how much that specific part is going to be like referenced in the future. With the fact that Yato hit her with one of these. You know what I'm saying? But I think at least hopefully things have at least lightened up a little bit. I think I'd be fine with them like bickering every once in a while as their dynamic. You know, I've always kind of found that entertaining is two people that are bickering, but when it comes down to it, they are good friends. They know each other well, and they're like willing to fight with each other and fight for each other even. But the main thing that I'm wondering about this OVA potentially having lasting effects on is is the fact that he always very much thinking about that after it happened. Jealousy or not, it's something she was thinking about, and potentially part of the reason why she was she wanted to have Yato doing a little sleeping with the fishes and not with Bishamon, you know. But overall, this is a really entertaining OVA. I can see how it'd be spoilers for a bit of spoilers for the second season, because that whole arc was literally her coming to terms with that and fighting off somebody who wanted to do her harm. You know what I mean? But I'm curious to see what the first OVA is, because it's not like, I think, and I'll need to check, I'll need to reference the reading or the watch order again, but technically I don't think this is necessary to watch. I think it's definitely, like, for people who are watching the series, they definitely should watch it, because it's kind of like a fun little like extra extended conclusion to the arc. You know what I mean? Apparently the first OVA that I'm going to be watching at some other point adapts two actual chapters from the manga, so I feel like that would make it important to watch. It's not really important when you watch the first one. Apparently it's not important when you watch the first OVA. And the second OVA, the season, Aragoto OVAs, apparently you can watch the first Noragami Aragoto OVA literally anytime after episode 6, but not before. Wait, but not before episode 9 of Aragoto. So what? Anytime after? Oh no, anytime after Noragami season 1 episode 6. But not before episode. But that what? Okay, that wording makes no sense to me. Seems like you didn't need to include the part where you can watch it after episode 6. Because whatever. Just say you can't watch it until after episode 9. So just watch it at the end of the season with the. Oh no, I'm stupid. Wait. First Noragami Aragoto OVA can be watched anytime after Noragami episode 6. So anytime after season 1 episode 6, second OVA shouldn't be watched until after episode 9. So I'm just going to watch them together since it doesn't matter. But either way, it'll be interesting where this show goes next, because again, after the conclusion of the biggest arc so far with Kugaha and, you know, Yato and Bishamon, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. So I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about this episode. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.